fool. We commanding the block. Burgundy and gold got the city on lock. Hustling plays, they don't need to pretend. DC reppin' strong and we fight to the end. Commanders moving, no breaks, no pause. Hands in the dirt, respecting the call. KDot and the mid, dissect the grind. District divider with a city in mind. Join the damn squad, don't miss a bit. And you gotta spread the words, or shit is shit. KDot.
Welcome, everyone, to District Divided, a DC sports podcast. More specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. I am Amit. That is KDot. This episode, you know what? Not a whole lot of Commanders news, but the NFC East has been buzzing just a little bit. Russell Wilson goes to the New York Giants. Is Dak Prescott going to the Cleveland Browns? We're going to go ahead and talk about that. If it were to happen, ramifications, etc. So this is an NFC East episode looking over that division. And then we got the comment mailbag and after the pod this time. And so if you enjoy the video, if you could please like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and KDot.
Well, first and foremost, I'm drinking water out of a glass bottle today. I just wanted to let A-Train know it's not vodka. I got no other substances over here, so don't get too excited. I know it's near the end of the week, and you're ready to go. Let loose in Clarendon. Hide your wives. Hide your kids. Hide all of them. Your girlfriends, they are lost. They're lost. They're gone already. Share that shit.
Share the shit. Share the shit.
Share that shit.
Please do. We greatly appreciate you guys as we continue to go through the dog days of the offseason. But there was a very interesting rumor where there was someone, I forgot who it was exactly, that said, hey, I've been told by a really good source to him that the Cleveland Browns are working behind the scenes for a trade for Dak Prescott, of course, starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to go ahead and talk about that, because what if it did happen? I mean, financially, it makes absolutely no sense, but what if it did? We're talking about Jerry Jones. We're talking about Haslam. Like, maybe they just do it. So, KDot, Dak to the Browns, your reaction to the rumor. If it were to happen, what are the ramifications? The floor is yours.
I don't know. This is one of those areas of the season where it's like, you got LeBron going on Pat McAfee to make news. Like, we're in the dog days. Ain't no doubt. Playoffs ain't start. I guess if you're local, you're just counting down the Ovechkin goals. But beyond that shit, like, there's nothing else to look forward to. So I don't quite know. It always seems as though teams, right? It's like on the upper end of that whole salary cap thing. I feel as though there isn't a true limit. Like, there's some teams that you hear in salary cap hell and they just do shit. And you're just like, well, I guess they can add to things, and then all of a sudden people are like, all right, I guess you got to blow it up. I always feel like it's depending on the team. Like, look at LA. They did whatever the fuck they want. We did whatever the fuck we wanted for the longest time. So, like, I don't know. So I don't know anything as far as the finances things go. Like, we knew the Myles Garrett, they re-signed him, which I think was supposed to give him a little more flexibility than they did have. So maybe it makes sense. I don't know. And if they jettison Deshaun Watson, I don't know what they get or not get for that particular thing. Now, from a play standpoint of what it means for the rest of the league or whatever, if Dak Prescott could get to Cleveland, Cleveland would be ecstatic. I mean, that's Dak Prescott, period, point blank, is the best quarterback they had in there since whom? I'm thinking, actually. Baker?
I mean, Baker's rookie year.
Yeah. Baker. All right, so it ain't that bad. Baker, but then there's quite a drought between that and anything else. Maybe Jason Campbell would be the next name. So rough. So, like, Dak Prescott being there, I know the Cleveland Browns and what they have on defense still, even though their offense wasn't doing a goddamn thing to help them out. So, like, they get him in that division when you got Pittsburgh kind of in flux with the quarterback position. Baltimore is going to be Baltimore. And Cincinnati, I mean, they do what they can as far as on offense, but defense, what the fuck? So it'll keep them in the conversations on they got that defense. They got somebody on the offense that can do more than what they've been getting the last few years out of that quarterback position. So if you're Cleveland, yeah, you ain't got really any other choice to just keep moving forward. So do what you got to do. For the Dallas Cowboys, I'd say surface level makes no goddamn sense, but I mean, I know that they got to start paying some guys up soon, right? So like Michael Parsons coming up. So like, if this is all just Dallas's way of getting shit out the way so they can go ahead and get their Shedeur Sanders, because we all know the Deion Dallas combo, this, that, and the other. We all know the whole rumors about Shedeur, the combine, not really engaging in conversation with certain teams because it just seems like he doesn't want to go to certain places. I don't know exactly what's the deal with all of it, but I can absolutely know that Jerry Jones would love to have Deion around. He'd love to have Shedeur around. And maybe that works out as far as from a standpoint from my end. What do I care from a Commanders fan standpoint? I'd take Shedeur over Dak going next year. I'll do that. I mean, I'm kind of worried about both of them since we got a goddamn pass rush, but we'll get to that. Yeah, like I'd absolutely take that, and I'm curious to see it. Like I'm curious to see Shedeur in a spot that he wants to be in, and his dad wants him to be in. It already feels like it'd be an absolute mess. Brian Schottenheimer, who has no balls going in this entire situation, and then Dion just sitting there on the sidelines just doing shit. You know what? Fuck it. I'm for it. Chaos, baby. Chaos.
Absolute chaos. So here, financially, this move would make no sense for both parties. That being said, it's Jerry, it's Jimmy, and this happening behind the scenes, if that, is the rumor, I totally believe, just to be clear, because this would be just the most Jerry Jones move. But I will say this, I actually do like it for Dallas. Like, I do think that with the Dak Prescott deal that they have right now, where he's like, I think around $60 million a year, I know who they are with Dak Prescott at quarterback. It'll be a pretty good regular season team, and they'll flame out in the playoffs. And it's really, really fun for all of us, right? Everyone around the league loves when this happens, the annual tradition to the Dallas Cowboys. Now, I don't know what they are if they get Shedeur, let's say. So, like, the way I'm seeing this trade, it would involve the Browns' first-round pick because of Dak's salary, because of the pedigree of quarterback that he is. So that would put them in a position to be able to take the second quarterback, assuming Cam Ward goes to Tennessee. So Shedeur Sanders could, in fact, be there. And if that's the case, the Brian Schottenheimer hire makes a little more sense, because then it's, who are you, buddy? Thanks for being the placeholder for a year. Dion's now the coach. So, like, you could get this entire thing. And it's going to be a total circus. But also, if you're Dallas, fuck it. Let's roll the dice. I mean, I think that they know who they are. I think Cowboys fans, the smart, there are not that many of them, but like the ones that know that there is a known ceiling with their current team. And so it doesn't make sense to just stay there. They're almost in that realm of just, that cycle where they're just over and over good, but not good enough, but not bad enough. Almost a Pittsburgh Steelers type thing. You go to the playoffs, you keep losing over and over and over. That's where they're at. So I actually think for them, it's almost worth this dice roll. And I would honestly love to see it. I think it'd be great. So that's where I'm at.
What do you think about Dak Prescott?
I think he's a good quarterback, not a great quarterback.
Do you think he'd win a Super Bowl with Dak Prescott?
No.
All right. So that's where we disagree.
Okay.
I can't look like trust me, I get it. I know. And we like to laugh at him. And trust me, I'm not shooting any bail for these motherfucking cow bitches. I ain't doing that. I've never thought the quarterback has been the situation in Dallas for quite some time. Like, going back to Tony
That's been
Romo,
the issue you're saying.
It's not, to me, it's not the issue. Like, I don't look at that team and say, why haven't they gotten further? And I say, oh, it's Dak's fault. Like, I look at last season before Dak got hurt, like you look at the last few seasons and what it is they were able to do on offense. And I look at that team, and like me and you in every preseason prognostication about the NFC East, what do we say about Dallas the last few years going? What's happened to the running game? What are they doing as far as the run game? They've had CeeDee Lamb forever, and then they bring in like guys like Michael Gallup, who we have now or whatever, but they haven't truly hit on a number 2 receiver. Like, there's a ton of things that they have just on the team overall that I just think like they could absolutely beefing up to give themselves the best shot at a good run. But I also think the coaching moves that they've made have been pretty stupid. I think the front office, as long as Jerry Jones is in there making the decisions about, oh, we're all in for this season and not do a fucking thing for 2 years in a row, that doesn't do you any fucking good. So it's like, right. I can look at so many things. So like, in all honesty, in my opinion, give them to whoever the fuck you want to. They're going to reach their ceiling because they got Jerry Jones running the fucking organization, and they're never going to have anything or be enough in any given point around. Like, I don't see Shedeur. I don't see Tom Brady come out of fucking retirement making it happen. Like, I don't see any scenario in which they're going to be that. Like, I just don't see it. I don't see them having a quarterback that's going to be I do think Dak Prescott, if you're looking at it, and you look around the league, you look how hard it is to find a quarterback that can put up. Like, if you're comparing Dak Prescott's output to like most other quarterbacks in the league over the last few years, there are not a whole lot of them that can give you more production than his ass is giving you. And if you're trying to shoot for finding something that's an upgrade over Dak Prescott, instead of making the rest of the team better, like, I don't understand how you expect to go any further. That to me has always been the issue with Dallas. I felt like they've always been, I mean, as most teams are when they're at that realm, it's like they look for the thing to blame. you know Jerry ain't going anywhere until he's dead. Kind of like we did with Dan, who's like, you kind of take it for what it is. So you start blaming the next best thing. And in Dallas, because that stupid fucking star, and because this guy's particularly black, which I do think has something to do with it, and he's got fucking tattoos. There's your scapegoat.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I see what you're saying. I would say this, that Dak, to me, he's been around for so long and they haven't gotten past a certain point in the playoffs that I think there is a bit of a mental block.
Okay.
So I think even a fresh start for him could be good, right? Like, I think it would be good for both parties at this point, where you've just been around too long. It seems like once you get to the divisional round, that's sort of your Super Bowl because you haven't been to the conference championship game in a long time. We just drafted Jaden Daniels and went 1 year. I mean, like, it's just like, I know that's eating a Jerry a little bit. So like, this is, I could see this sort of like shake up move. And with Shador in particular, and that family's pedigree, like, he's made for the spotlight. Like, the character, like, he won't have any issues with Jerry saying all this stuff on the radio and stuff like that, because Shador is also like his dad, right? He's able to take that spotlight and be totally fine. He went to Colorado. They were nothing over there. And granted, that's Travis Hunter as well. That's Dion, of course, first and foremost. But Shador did his thing, man. Like, he played well over there, and it would only get better in Dallas. He would actually have an offensive line to help him out. Like, I'm intrigued by it. I'm certainly intrigued by it, and I would prefer that the Cowboys hold on to Dak Prescott instead of maybe getting Shador. Honestly, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm the other way, and it's because of chaos, and it's because, to me, getting rid of Dak for Shador is Jerry Jones' box office more than it is anything on the field.
Love to see it.
Feels like the big. Look, from a selfish standpoint, I'd love to see them draft Shador. I think it'll be an absolute shit show, and I think
awesome story.
Fuck out of him for the next 2 years. Like, that's what I'm hoping. And also, I think for me, also selfishly, we're not at a stage where I could fully admit it, but I guess I'll let this in and hopefully people just skip over this part of the podcast. There are some players on certain teams that I can't wait for them to leave that team so I can root for them the way I want to. Dak Prescott's one of those guys. And before him, hugely was Tony Romo. Fucking love Tony Romo. And he was a dude that I always rooted for. I always thought that, like, he's enough. Do something to help this man out and get him over the top. It's just that they always have, like, singular, like the fucking fumble on the snap. Like, that's the thing that replays in everybody's head on Tony Romo. He's a fucking quarterback. Like, he got them in that position. And I think with Dak Prescott, I just think he's getting a bad rap. And I think a lot of times when you look at the end of their seasons, it's got a lot of more to do with coaching and, like, stupid errors that everybody was fucking making.
Okay, no, that's fair. Any final thoughts over here before we move on to the state of the NFC East as a whole?
On principle, fuck Dak Prescott, fuck them cow bitches.
Perfect. Well said, as we transition over to the rest of the division over here. So we've talked a little bit about the Cowboys, and we can continue to do so immediately if you'd like, KDot. But we're looking at the Philadelphia Eagles as well. And again, the New York Giants, who actually signed two quarterbacks. They signed Jameis Winston to a 2-year, $8 million deal, and then Russell Wilson to a 1-year, $10.5 million deal, upwards of $21 million if he hits all these incentives. I would assume Russell Wilson believes he is the starter day one.
He said it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he also says a lot of things, but that's the reality of the situation over there. Eagles defending champions and Dallas maybe shipping Dak. So over to you, state of the NFC East. The order seems to be right now, and if you looked at odds, it would be the Eagles, then us, then the Cowboys, then the Giants. Do you agree with that order?
Top two, yes. I mean, I think the Eagles, even when you look at the losses they've had, when you look through the losses, like, for any other team, you'd be like, can you bounce back from that? Because I'm pulling up the list of losses they have. I have it right here in my notes.
Sure.
Darius Slay, James Bradbury, Josh Sweat, Milton Williams, Kenneth Gainwell, Brandon Graham. And I think I'm missing a few. Yeah, they lost some decent names, but then when you just take a look at the roster, you're then like, oh, they're fine. Like, the only thing you could possibly say because of some of those names is, like, are they missing some depth on the defensive line? Like, if some guys start to get hurt, will they be able to stay at that same level? Maybe not, but they make up for everything everywhere else. And the idea that they're going to be unhealthy across every landscape, like, maybe it's one of those bad luck seasons for a team, but you're not going to count on that. They're stacked. They're absolutely fucking stacked. Lord knows what it is they're going to do as far as the draft, but knowing that you have Howie Roseman in there, they're going to do a good bang up job. And some of the they signed Terrell Edmonds, Dory Jackson. I like those moves. Like they're good moves. So it's like they're just solid. And then us, of course, we made it to where we were last year. If you were to look at our team compared to last year, I'd say we if you look at all the positions across the board, right? I think everything's the same except defensive line, offensive line, wide receiver. Cornerback? No. Maybe.
It's a little different. Yeah.
A little different. But like vastly, am I going to say something's better or something's worse, right? Wide receiver core, better immediately. Get traded for Deebo Samuel. Even though he's not a number 2 receiver.
He's a number 2 receiver.
God damn it. I just thought I had to give you an opportunity. I thought maybe you change your ways.
I looked it up on ESPN.com. Still listed as a wide receiver.
Yeah. Regardless, Deebo Samuel being there, you've automatically upgraded your wide receiver room. Everybody still looks Noah Brown. If he's healthy from whatever bullshit injury he had, whatever. Offensive line, you fucking added what's the name? What's his fucking name?
Laramie Tunsil.
It's that fucker.
Laramie Tunsil.
It's a stupid name. Laramie Tunsil.
Totally good name. In fact, it's memorable.
Laramie.
Okay, well, you're right. When you just say Laramie. Okay, enough. Please.
Laramie Tunsil. It sits on your tongue.
You throw any name in that tone, it's not going to sound great.
Laramie Tunsil. It's just not. No. I'm sorry. He whooped my ass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Mr. Tunsil.
Whoop a lot of people's asses over here.
Did I say it with enough syllables? Look. Better on offensive line immediately. And defensive line, the only thing you'd absolutely say is at edge, we have definitely gotten worse compared to what we used to be. And I think everybody kind of looks at that to be in the glaring need of us. But even with Dante Fowler getting 10 sacks last year, I don't think anybody really gave a shit. Did we?
No.
Not really.
No.
So what are they going to do in the draft? Maybe there is still a move of Trey Henderson or something that's coming down the pipe. Who fucking knows? So we're pretty locked in at number 2. This is where you get interesting as far as the Cowboys and the Giants. I feel as though the media and a lot of people have been saying that people are sleeping on the Giants, at least to some degree. At least that's sort of a narrative that I'm hearing. And then usually when people hear the narrative, it's like every few people will listen to it. And every once in a while, usually get somebody like, shut the fuck up. It's the Giants. Like, they're fucking terrible. They're not going to do anything. But I actually got to say, I've liked a lot of their fucking moves. Like, you know how I felt about Darius Slayton? He was number 1 on the list as far as any receiver to come near us. Like, over, like, even when we talk about the money that was going to go to T. Higgins or anything, Darius Slayton was still like my number 1 guy that really wanted us to have, right? I love them bringing him in. Bringing him back. Malik Neighbors is Malik fucking Neighbors. He's only going to get better at the wide receiver position. They got rid of the Daniel Jones project. Russell Wilson, Jameis Winston. Only thing that gets awkward as far as that goes is that Jameson's going to have the hearts and minds of the locker room. Russell Wilson's going to think he has the hearts and minds of the locker room. I wonder how that goes. But they've upgraded quarterback. Like, I'd take either one of those guys over what I saw with Daniel Jones last year. I'm not a Daniel Jones hater. I just think if you watched him play last year, oh my God. Like, it went bad. It just went bad. It went sour. It went worse than we've ever seen from him. The Javon Holland signing on defense is also one that it's kind of like, okay. We've talked about in every one of the pre-games that we did before a Giants game is like, they got some guys on that defense. That defense ain't shit. The defense got some dudes that like they could kind of put it together if they got 1 or 2 more pieces. That I think they're going to be kind of feisty. And you add a Javon Holland playmaker type like that defense, I think that they could make some waves. And if they got a quarterback to just get the job done, I know as far as running game, you notice I haven't said anything about it, but beyond that, they do get what's the left tackle's name? What is it? Jackson? He comes back. Or Thomas, Andrew Thomas.
Yeah.
He's coming back, which upgrades it a bit. I don't know. They're going to be interesting to me to watch. It's just as far as like where they're going to go. And the Dallas Cowboys I kind of think of similarly. There were moments last year where you look at the defense, you're like, damn, like when they're healthy, they got a pretty good fucking defense. But then you look on offense, Dak Prescott's fucking hurt. They've got no run game. Offensive line's old as fuck. Outside of CeeDee Lamb, occasionally got a tight end that'll do something, but most of the time not really. And now, I mean, if Dak Prescott goes away, I don't see good things for them, like at all. If Dak Prescott's there, at least he can deliver a fucking football to CeeDee Lamb. I don't know what they're doing with the run game. I don't know, whether Javonte Williams is not enough, but that's where my issue is. So it's like you got two teams that are at the bottom of the division that have defenses that are kind of fucking feisty. And we got a defense that's kind of fucking feisty. As long as you don't turn the ball over on offense, you're going to be in some shit. So, like, I don't know. So, like, if I had to put my money on it, I'm probably still in the same ranking.
Mm-hmm.
But goddamn, like, if that goes, I'm putting Dallas immediately at 0.
That's fair. I think so. I agree with you that Philly is head and shoulders still that team to beat. They have been building for years. They do a great job in the front office, and fair play to Nick Sirianni. He gets these guys going. Like, he is able to get the best out of these guys. Thank you. It really is Dom DeSandra. That's what I want to say, Big Dom. But Nick Sirianni hired Big Dom. So, there's that. You got to give him that. So the Philadelphia Eagles, I think, are still that team. I am very intrigued to see how this works. Like, this offseason has been a lot of what we have done this offseason is, of course, trying to get more physical in the form of Deebo Samuel, Laramie Tunsil, and the offensive and defensive lines, right? Like, so the defensive line, it's Eddie Goldman, it's Jacob Martin, it's Javon Kinlaw, who I think is going to play that elephant end. I actually think that's what we're going to use him as. So we have Deron Payne doing that a bit last season per your all 22 reviews, which are fabulous. Already looking forward to those come next season. And then Johnny Newton, who a lot of different people that watch all 22 have said that, hey, if you get a proper edge setter, let's say Kinlaw is able to do that, that there is interior pressure, right? That Johnny Newton can suddenly produce. So like that, just because Fowler's gone doesn't mean you can't get interior pressure now.
No doubt.
So I'm thinking about that, and I'm like, these are with the rose-tinted glasses on. Like, it's exciting, but I still want to see what that looks like. Here's what I do know. Dallas's defense did cause us problems last season, right? Even the half of the game at the very end that we ended up winning the game, but Jaden didn't look good in that first half against Dallas, and it took a while to get going in the game over here against Dallas. So that could cause some problems potentially. And then the New York Giants, that defensive line is ferocious. It's a really good defensive line. And their quarterback play was so atrocious last season that no matter what you think of Russell Wilson, he makes them a lot better, right? Their floor has been raised significantly. We're looking at 6-7 wins or something like that with potential for more. So it's going to be a really tough division when we talk about the state of the NFC East as a whole. Like the way you think of the AFC North, the way you think of maybe the AFC West after they had 3 playoff teams. Like the NFC East is almost like back in terms of its physicality with another really good team here with us. We'll see, especially year 2. But I'm excited for it. And I do think it's going to be really good. And I think we're going to have to work to get into second place. As of right now. But of course, we also have the revolving door of first place every year for the last 20 plus years. This is an exciting division. This is a very, very exciting division. I do anticipate good things for us, but hey, don't sleep on Dallas or New York. I do think that New York in particular has done quite a bit to improve, like you were talking about, KDot.
Yeah, and Brian Dable's not a piece of shit coach.
I like him as a coach.
He's a good coach. I mean, that's the thing is like, there's a reason he's still there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I guess you could blame Joe Schoen because of the Saquon thing and made everybody look good except him. But Brian Dable is known as he's a damn good coach. And like, if he can get the best out of Russell and know how to get the best out of Russell, who's a very precarious individual. And as long as they're, once again, if they're not turning the ball over and that defense gets to where they need to be, and I really do think I love that Von Holland signing, and you saw about the defensive line, they're going to be feisty. They're going to be really feisty. It's just the only thing that sucks. Well, not sucks for us. I don't know why I'm saying it sucks. The only thing about both those teams is that usually when you got the good defense, what do you need to go with that good defense? What's the best thing to have with that good defense?
Well, typically it's a running game, which is quite nice to have. Yeah.
And what do neither of those teams have?
Currently, a running game is what neither team has. Although Tyrone Tracy was nice. He did have moments.
He had moments.
Nice
he
player.
Had moments.
Nice player. I like him.
He had moments. And if you think Andrew Thomas being back is enough to get them to where they need to be, Godspeed and good luck, good sirs. Yeah, that's the only thing with it is like if they're going to be able to play or rely on the best parts of their teams, they're going to need to figure out something with the run game. Maybe Javonte Williams finds something in him in Dallas. I still just don't think the offensive line is going to be able to do it for him.
Mm-hmm.
So if I look between those teams, if I got to look between Dak Prescott with CeeDee Lamb compared to Russell Wilson and Darius Slayton and Malik Neighbors, I'm still probably going to go with Dallas as far as being able to outscore somebody. Like I still, those guys have at least proven it, but I ain't sleeping on Neighbors. I think Neighbors is a problem.
For KDot, it's also got to be said. Now if we look at the draft for a moment, I mean, Giants have pick 3 overall with the quarterback signings that they made.
If they do a Travis Hunter,
that's what I'm saying. So like, if all of a sudden it is Travis Hunter at 3, which I would love for that guy to be anywhere other than in the NFC East.
Oh, I'm about to say. Like,
oh my gosh. No, I'm not like Giants. Please.
Yeah,
No, he is a freak of nature. Get him out. Like,
I don't want
New England gets him. Hopefully Cleveland gets him. There are 3 AFC teams in the top 4, and it's the New York Giants at 3. Please, any one of you guys take Travis Hunter. Just like get him away from this division.
Travis Hunter and Malik Neighbors.
Think about that.
And then if Travis is like, I'm going to be hard-headed, I won't play defense. Okay.
I actually think he can do it.
I
think he can.
I think it'll be Dion like just the other way. Is like they're going to choose one play. I mean, it also depends on where he gets drafted, but I do think that he'll primarily play one thing and like they'll occasionally
primarily be a receiver, honestly.
Agreed. Even though it like I mean, if I'm hearing
corner though, I mean,
that's like if I'm here in Washington, I'm like, we'll pay you
corner here.
Please be a corner, right? It's like it really depends, and I still don't know exactly what he wants to do. I know compensation is better one way more than the other way, so do your thing. But I mean, if you can start double dipping because you do both really well, you can set a market completely to yourself. So yeah, it could be interesting. I'm with you. This division's really, really spicy. This NFC East, I mean, you saw it even last season. Nothing was a gimme in that division last season. Other than we knew Philly was going to be on top. I think that's kind of it. And I think if you look at the offseason, you look at everything that we're at, the only team that you can absolutely gung-ho say, all right, they're fine, I got no blemishes whatsoever, is Philadelphia. The rest of us at least have something that you can say, all right, that's a weakness, or at least that's something you can start. Now, I did hear somebody float something, and I thought it was interesting. So when you look at Washington and seeing that we need an edge rusher, right? And I know this is something that we've alluded to a little bit, especially when we're talking about Drake Greenlaw.
So as well, they had a really nice episode over there with Sam Bonson.
Oh, with the offseason needs for each team. Yep. I've been hearing, and once again, this wasn't from anybody, so who fucking knows, that they're going to look at Frankie Louvu primarily as just a pass rusher. Like he's going to basically go down the line, and Jordan McGee is going to play that spot next to Bobby.
Okay, so what I was visualizing for Dre Greenlaw, right, which allows Frankie to move up, they're actually thinking Jordan McGee there.
That's what I heard. I don't know if that's accurate.
It's an interesting
But it's
thought.
like they need to give Jordan McGee more reps, and Bobby's going to play because Bobby's going to play.
Right.
But if they look at it in the sense of, all right, we're going to do our elephant end thing, have the 2 defensive linemen down, maybe play like a hybrid kind of looking 3-4 and have Frankie just sort of doing his thing, roaming around, being that guy to kind of do his thing here and there, and you get some of the safeties kind of dropping down closer to the box, or what they did with what's his name at corner, who plays pretty good as far as the slot. Like you're talking
Noah. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think they have some opportunities right now to potentially do something. I mean, it could be interesting, I guess. It intrigued me because Frankie did kind of scream off the page or scream off the tape when he was pass rusher last year. That was the thing that he did more than any other thing. And if they're like, hey, Frankie, you want to do this primarily? You want this to be your thing? I kind of like it. I kind of like I can see the vision. If they believe in McGee the way that I've been hearing they believe in McGee, let the young pup learn next to Bobby.
Yeah. No, I mean, eventually, again, when we talk about philosophically with the draft, it's not like the only way to hit on a draft is rounds 1 through 7 are all starters year 1. Like, that's not how that works. Like, you do that for round 1 and round 2, maybe round 3, but rounds 4 through 7, you're hoping are developing into starters. That's how you really hit a draft. So that is what year 2 is for a lot of those guys. That's your Jordan McGee. That's your Dominique Hamptons. That's your Javonte Jean-Baptiste before he gets hurt. Like, that's what you're looking at. Right. So McGee's going to get his chance. Hampton's going to get his chance. I'm curious to see it. I would believe that to an extent. Certainly, they'll definitely try that a few times this season. And I like Frankie rushing, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, so the thing, it was like an answer to the framework in which I heard it the first time. Because the only reason I bring it up on the pod is I've heard it more than once now. Is the idea was that everybody kind of thinks like, what the fuck is Adam Peters doing? Why hasn't he addressed edge? And I think that there is a belief within the organization. We're okay. We already have an idea for that. I mean, I'm one that still thinks Trey Henderson is in conference. I still think that that's a thing. I do still believe that. I've heard enough. I still believe that is at least sort of a thing. And I do think that they're absolutely going to address that in the draft itself. But if you go into this entire offseason, you see everything they did with them believing that what they're going to do defensively, the only thing they want to do is basically elevate Frankie Louvu to be more of a pass rusher, and then use the rotation of guys they have at defensive end to kind of do the rest of that. And you think that was their primary mode, the offseason makes a lot more sense.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, again, we picked up 4 defensive linemen, right? And the only one we really lost was Jonathan Allen. We even brought back Sheldon Day. Like, we are keeping as many important as possible. Yeah. And let's also go ahead and assume that they take an edge in the first round, because there will be a good one available at that time. I honestly think KDot, I think similar to you based on what you're saying, I think that's more than enough in terms of the edge between Kinlaw setting one side and then Frankie on the other, even a Jacob Martin. Like, we have options and bodies, most importantly, to be able to sustain a rush over the course of the season. So I would be good with it. Like, I'm very
rotate Hampton and McGee next to Bobby.
There you go. I mean, I don't know.
They are high on McGee.
They are high on McGee, and they're high on versatility. Once again, we look at those signings and what they could do. Even Jonathan Jones able to go wherever. Will Harris able to go
That's
wherever.
who I meant. Jonathan Jones, not Noah.
Oh, okay. Got you. Yeah. So Jonathan Jones being able to move in the slot, can also play on the outside. Will Harris also able to play in the slot if necessary.
Will Harris is that name.
Yeah.
Frankie Louvu was last year's name to look out for. Will Harris is the name. I'm putting that in stone right now. That's the name to look out for.
There you go. And then there's Javon Kinlaw, who people are like, oh man, like, is he the Jonathan Allen replacement? I don't see it that way. Based on what we know about Javon Kinlaw, based on what we know about how Dan Quinn and Joe Witt want to play defense, I just don't see it that way. So it's a lot of versatility. I'm very excited to see what happens. So any final thoughts here, KDot? I'm glad to veer back to us there. But any final thoughts here before we move on to the comment mailbag?
The only thing that really matters, fuck the rest of them hoes.
That's exactly how I feel. So with that, we go over to the comment mailbag featuring an intro from our very own Nikki.
Comment mailbag time, motherfuckers. The district divided, ain't got time for no suckers. Spread the word, get in line. OGs and new G's, it's your time. And spread the gospel, cause this shit is divine. Yeah.
Thank you as always for that intro, Nikki, beginning with Tony. Shout out, Tony. Oh, gee. I got you, Amit. Call Debo a wing back, wide back, running receiver, or whatever. What I know is on the team's depth chart, he will be marked as a wide receiver, and in fantasy football, he will also be in a wide receiver spot. There you go. I think Tony absolutely nailed it. You pick whatever you want to, but ultimately he's going to be listed as a wide receiver. I think we're good.
You and Tony can exist on that fucking island of semantics you want.
There goes the labeling issue. Hey, we're not the one. How about this? Is Amon-Ra St. Brown a wide receiver?
Yes.
He's in the slot the whole time. Not really wide. Like, if you really want to get into semantics and shit like that, 99% of the snaps are in the slot. What are we doing there?
Okay. All right. Fuck it. You want me to address this again? I'll address this again. I'll put it to this. You know what? I was talking to somebody the other day about this, and this might be a bold thing to say, but I'm gonna fucking say it. No, I think I've said this before, so it ain't that bold to say. But they said it was bold, but I don't think it's that bold to say.
No, for you, it's not. Go ahead.
Because I'm who I am.
Yes, you are.
When I'm in terms of 1, 2, 3 receiver, I'm not talking about X. I'm not talking about Z. I ain't talking about any of that shit. I'm saying in the realm of looking at the roster or your team, are you the first, second, third, or fourth best receiver on the team? I don't like a scenario in which Deebo Samuel is your second best receiver. That's what I'm saying. I love him on your team. I don't want him to be your second best receiver. You know why? He can't get open. You have
He
to
was
see.
San Francisco's second best receiver.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was. It was Brandon Ayuk and then
Juwan
Debo.
Jennings. No.
Yes.
That's why Juwan Jennings was absolutely above him as soon as he was fucking healthy enough to do anything. And then beyond that shit,
I'll review the numbers there, but I don't think that's true.
I'm not talking about whether or not he got more targets. I'm saying talent was. Was he the second best receiver on the team? No. They liked boy that got shot. What's his name?
Oh, Ricky Pearsall. Yeah.
Pearsall and Jennings. That's why Debo's ass is here.
Yeah, but like literally
They're
half the team
good with
left.
it. They're good with
Half
it.
the
That's all I'm
team left.
saying.
It turns out it wasn't just a Debo thing.
Oh, he's not that good a receiver. He's a great fucking player. He's a great player. Or no, he used to be a great fucking player.
I was like, wow, did we
He's
really
a
get
really-
that? That's amazing.
He is an absolute upgrade to your locker room. He's no doubt. But if I'm asking you to just do wide receiver shit, just stand out there and run your fucking routes. Just do that.
Yeah, but
If
the theme of the offseason has been versatility.
I'm not denying that.
Right. All right, cool. We're on the same page. We go over to Coach.
Fucker.
Coach Lombard goes, great job, Tony. That's a nice comment. What's up, guys?
You know what, Tony? Just because you win him, fuck you, son.
No, we love Tony. Oh, gee.
I
and
love Tony. You ain't
Coach,
standing with him.
what's up, guys? Those are overall PFF grades. First, they are placeholders until the draft. Second, I listed grades for virtually every NFL player, including every free agent. I do have to say this, Coach on Twitter actually does do all of this. So fair play, Coach. You do crush that. It's just more convenient.
How good is he at it?
No, I mean, I'm saying he's listing the PFF grades. How good is he at listing the PFF grades? Good.
I thought he was doing his own. Oh, my bad. I thought
No, it's not his own. It's not his own.
I misinterpreted. Sorry.
But he does, like, literally for every single, like, he's on it. It's just more convenient. I like Will Harris and JJ Jones. Both are significant upgrades in man coverage over Chin and over BSJ/Davis, etc. But Trent Scott and Michael Dieter, do they have crazy run block win rates? Is there anything about them that makes them remotely special? Versatility is nice, but without a baseline of talent, it's the fat girl standing by the punch bowl that you only fuck with after you get turned down by the baddies. I will be doing my own grades after the draft. Grades need context. I don't think I will ever give Debo a blue chip, a grade in the 90s. That's what a blue chip is. But if Washington adds a field stretcher to allow Debo to do his wingback bullshit underneath, I can absolutely give him a red chip. If Washington stays pat at receiver, I will not increase his grade at all. Grades need context. KDot, your reaction?
The Debo part of the end made me like Coach a little bit, but then I hate Coach a little bit. And
Yeah, I know. That part is so interesting. Throughout the offseason, you and Coach agree on Debo.
I don't like that.
I know.
Not a fan. Not a fan. Although we also agree as far as the Jonathan Jones, them being a better fit for what it is we want to do defensively. I absolutely agree with that. Because I think Coach actually said that I did a good job going through what I was giving my reviews and what it is that was happening.
Yeah. No, you and Coach lockstep.
For a lot of things. I think Coach over exaggerates what PFF means to anything. Honestly, for certain positions, I just don't care about it. It was like I remember Brandon Sheriff and his PFF grade compared to what it is he was doing. Just never felt like it ever tracked properly.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, the Michael Dieter Trent Scott thing. Who the fuck says they're supposed to be special?
That's my thing. That was going to be my response.
Like, why are they supposed to be special? Nobody's calling them special. They are depth guys. At offensive line past a certain point, you just need bodies. I'm not looking for anything like, all right, do you think Tunlaw is special? Tunsil is special?
I was like, come on, man. Who the hell is Tunlaw? He just combined Tunsil and Kinlaw.
Isn't that a street in DC?
It is. It is. Right by Foxhall.
Tunlaw. Laramie. What do you think Laramie is? Is Laramie special? If you look at Laramie as special and then look at the rest of the offensive line and then know that Dieter or Scott, neither are starting, then what do you think?
Right. No, I agree with that. And the versatility is nice line. I think there is a baseline of talent for the people that we're relying on every single play. And so there, I feel totally comfortable with it. Yeah, if we begin to get into the backups of just about any team, you're going to run into a relative talent issue compared to other starters on other teams. That's just how it is. So,
and we have more than others. That's
And
understandable.
we've been working on it. And we literally saw trenches. So I think we have handled the offseason the right way. It's just a matter of, does Jaden have his sophomore slump? People keep talking about it. I don't think so. We'll see. But that's really what this comes down to. If Jaden plays the way he did last season, we're in a really, really good spot. Like, really good spot. So that's where I stand there.
Just saying, Trent Scott and Michael Dieter played a lot last year.
Yes, they did.
We didn't have Laramie Tunsil on the offensive line. And guess where we were? Where did we go on it?
NFC Championship game.
You goddamn right.
It's a beautiful thing. I will give you this, Coach. Grades do need context, so I do appreciate that. That grades can change based on the people around them, because I think that is the right call. Earl Bruce goes, for 2 years, AP has had to rebuild the nucleus of the team. Why? Because of poor drafting during the Rivera years. He's had to fill in holes and find gems in the rough. Largely, he's been successful. Is the team better now than last season? Yes. Is it a Super Bowl contender? I don't think so. Is it a good team? I don't know. They have a tougher schedule and have made offensive improvements, but the defense scares me. I need to see what happens in the draft, so I will let AP cook. KDot, your reaction.
All right. Yeah. Is the team a Super Bowl contender? I don't know. I'd switch that to I don't know. The reason being, we were in the NFC Championship game. We got to remember that, people. Remember that. Maybe it was an anomaly, but you got to still count for it when you're looking at the season. You got to. I think it's disrespectful not to. Also, I'm just going. I don't know if I'm alone on this.
Go ahead.
But I'm gonna call it out.
Please.
I think this team is already better than it was last year, even with the lack of edge rusher. I think this team is already.
Oh,
better.
I think so too.
And I'm looking at both sides of the fucking football. Period. The only position that I'm like, please do something. I don't know what you're gonna do, but do something is kicker. That's it. That's the only one. I'm like,
fair.
Please do something. I like you, Zane. I think you're a quality human being. I like everything you've overcome. I grew to love you over the course of the season. You need some competition.
Yeah, I think he knows that too. And again, it's the vet minimum deal for Zane back here, but he's going to get first crack at it. I'll tell you that. Like, he's definitely in the clubhouse lead as we go into this off season. But yeah, we do need another kicker. I completely agree with you, KDot. Our team is a lot better than last season because, again, we talked about it. Last year, it was a lot of 1-year deals, 2-year deal, just a couple 2-year deals, in fact, making sure that we get the right personalities in the locker room so we can establish a culture.
Yep.
Then we figured out which ones played very well that we wanted back. We kept them. And then other players with pedigree we're now able to get. And so that is what this offseason is about. And it should continue to go and go and go. And once again, a lot of this depends on Jaden. If he continues to play well, people will continue to want to come over here with even more pedigree. So that's what you want. Yep. Hermit Rob goes, Gallup was better than every wide receiver since Terry on our team last year. And if healthy, is going to take Noah's spot. Take that to the bank. You can call him solid or can be productive or whatever backhanded compliment you want. Before CD got there, he averaged 1,000 yards. Noah's best season was 567 yards. Gallup's lifetime, 53 for 740. Noah, 29 for 391. Essentially twice the production. I know we're all fond of NB, as am I, very much so, but let's not let our hearts get in the way of our brains. I do agree that he's not a superstar and there are two studs that eat before him, but if healthy, Gallup is the better guy for traditional wideout role, NB being Noah Brown. Provided they both make the team, if one of them goes down, we're going to be happy we have both. Every signing that adds legit production is an important signing. The little things have to go right for the big things to matter. KDot, your reaction?
I think that if I were to clean up what was said to make it make sense to me, I'd say that Gallup in his second year in the NFL was better than any receiver we had on the team last year. Since that particular point in time, he has not been healthy enough to show that he still is that talented. And so like when you look at that season, he kind of breaks out, maybe the season afterwards, if you want to give him credit for it, that's all the way back in 2020. So you got to look at all those stat lines that you see that he's had, those amount of years that have passed since that happened. And then you add on top of that, there's a blank year called 2024 that he didn't fucking play. So like, I like the idea of Gallup. I like adding him to this room. I like the idea that some of these guys in the wide receiving core might have stretches in the season like we saw last year, where you put together, maybe string a couple games along. Zacchaeus is the guy. String along another few other games. Noah Brown is the guy. All I want is that Michael Gallup to be a guy for a couple games and just do his part, and I'm perfectly fine with it. But I don't think he ain't some stud. He used to be for a year or two. They really did think that he was the next coming or he was that true number 2. Didn't fucking work out. That's all I'm saying.
I am beginning to think more and more that Luke McCaffrey is going to be quite good this coming season. So we, again, spent a 3rd-round pick on him, and honestly, probably a disappointing rookie campaign. I think we can just call it what it was, right? It was disappointing. He is still new-ish to the position. He's now got a full year of it under his belt in the NFL. And just when I think about support systems, both for teams, organizations, et cetera, and individuals, right? You talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Baltimore Ravens, these organizations that traditionally pump out good players, good product on the field, buttoned up and tight off the field. They're run well. Luke comes from this family with insane pedigree where they all are just excellent. And I think he's going to end up having a really nice offseason. And I do think that he's going to end up being quite productive from the jump with us because he did spend a lot of time in that rookie year with Jaden Daniels in the offseason. We just happened to have other receivers, and he did admittedly have that disappointing rookie year. But I do think he's going to be a heck of a lot better. That's where I'm at with that. So I wouldn't discount him even over Michael Gallup, although the idea of Gallup is exciting, same as KDot said. It's an exciting idea, but we'll see. Go to Bet Boy Tony C.
Yeah, real quick.
Yes, you may.
Luke, I love Luke.
Yes, you do.
Earlier on in the season last year, I was telling everybody, if you watch the All-22, especially early on in the season, a lot of time, he was open.
Yeah.
That did not continue over the course of the season. Some because of his playing time, others because he wasn't running his cleaner routes.
Okay.
Look, I like Luke McCaffrey. I like Ben Sinnott. But I'm in that territory now where I noticed what I've done over the course of the last, ever since we've been doing this podcast, is they'll draft a player I really, really like.
Mm-hmm.
And then whatever it is that I thought that player would do his rookie season, I kind of carry over throughout the course of his career.
Yeah.
Until it becomes to the point of no return, because I'm like, oh, that's the thing I liked about him. But once you have any sort of actual pro tape and you're in the league, I think that's the way you need to be judged, at least going forward. And if I'm doing that solely based on that, I look at Luke Sinnott, I look at Ben Sinnott, you got to show me something. Like, as of right now, you guys have not done what you need to do as professionals to get to that level in which you would. Just because you're a rookie don't mean you can stand out. And apparently between what you were doing in practice to what you're doing on the field, you didn't do enough to do that. Time is up to you. What are you going to do with it? If you're Luke, if you're Ben, step it the fuck up. You need to.
Yeah. No, totally agreed. Totally agreed. I have a lot of faith that Luke is going to be able to. And so we'll see what happens over there. Bet Boy Tony C goes, we've already played we have to sign a bunch of big names for the sake of signing big names game. That shit don't work. Props to AP for doing a great job of making our team bigger, deeper, and more versatile in the trenches.
That's what she said.
It was our biggest concern. I know, with the bigger, deeper thing. I was like, versatile in the trench. Yeah, actually, yeah, that works. It was our biggest concern at the end of that awful NFC Championship game. By trading for Debo, he gave Cliff the dangerous and versatile chess piece he was missing last year. I would love to add a home run hitting RB1 and a high ceiling edge rusher. Wait. There are what seems like hundreds of those in this year's draft class. A+ for Mr. Peters. Share this shit, y'all. KDot, your reaction?
You know it. I can't wait because after this episode, we're going to kind of start doing draft shit. And maybe we'll figure out how it is we're going to do it. But goddamn, that running back deep dive. Woo-wee!
That episode's coming. That episode's coming. I'm going to look at them too. I'm excited. I'm going to look at the edge rushers. It's nice that the draft is much, much closer. So looking forward to that.
God damn, we get to pivot. Great.
And we got Big Papa to round out the comment mailbag here. I'm satisfied with our offseason so far. I'm 80% sure we will see AP trade back out of the first round. The 20% is based on the unsure nature of the draft and the fact that this front office doesn't tell anyone shit. I'm more than willing to ride into next season with the group they're putting together. Also, KDot, if you haven't heard him before, I highly suggest checking out Prof. I think you'd like his song titled Louisiana. Thanks as always for the amazing job you both do. Share this shit. KDot, your reaction? You looking up Prof right now?
I'm looking up Prof right now, but I agree as far as the off season, as we both have said, we think that this has definitely been a successful off-season campaign so far. While I still think, I mean, the talk about Frankie Louvu maybe doing more at edge rush, maybe it's a thing. But I would still like them to add another particular player from that. Maybe it's a draft, maybe something else. But that's the only thing I'm really looking at to be like, hey, you got to do it. Even Mina Camp said it on that fucking show. Like, she kept repeating it over and over and over again.
Yeah, edge. She said if I could just write edge, over there, that I would. And here's what I'll say. I was actually chatting with some friends from soccer last night about, the Commanders podcast, of course, and to follow it and stuff like that. And also what last season felt like, because we were talking about TV shows, and I was like, it's sort of like a Ted Lasso season 1 type thing. The vibes were good. Everyone was happy. We were having a good time. Difference here is we're playing football. So you need to be more violent and physical going into year 2. And again, when I look at the moves, that's what was brought to the table. Was like, cool, that was a feel-good story. Now it's time to get violent. And that's what Adam Peters is building over here with these names. Once again, Javon Kinlaw, Will Harris, Jonathan Jones, Dietrich Wise, I didn't even mention him earlier, Jacob Martin, Eddie Goldman. They're all basically linemen. Jonathan Jones, a physical corner. Will Harris will clock you. I mean, like, that's what we're looking at now. Debo will run you over. Laramie Tunsil's going to block his tail off. I mean, that's what we're looking at right now. Is this season 2 of Ted Lasso's got a little more to it with this team. Any final thoughts here, KDot?
I'll look up Prof. He caught me on a I had somebody I had to make a top 30 of my favorite rappers of all time list, which was one of the hardest things I've ever done in my entire fucking life. But I'll listen to Prof. I'll let you know what I think.
All right, and that was the Comment Mailbag. This was the show. This was District Divided, DC Sports Podcast. More specifically, a Washington Commanders podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening. I am Amit. That is KDot. And if you enjoyed the episode, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, comment as you always do, and KDot.
Stay the fuck out of Clarendon all weekend long. I'm sorry to all the businesses and establishments. I love small businesses. I'm a small business consultant my damn self. But if I were you, I would shutter your windows, shutter your doors. Apparently, A-Train's been having a bit of himself a week, and he is not engaged in certain substances. So I think shit's about to pop the fuck off. I'm just letting everybody know. Calm down.
Ahmed has had a hell of a week. A-Train hasn't done shit. A-Train don't work.
You see, ladies and gentlemen, you see that? You see how the split personalities talk about each other now? I told you I was fucking on to something. He's just letting it slip more and more. More and more, he's just letting it slip. And now, because we're doing it after pod, I can't just jet out of the fucking conversation.
I was going to say.
So, yeah, I get it. Just letting you guys know, this is what it is. Every once in a while, you know what I'm going to do? I'm gonna have a separate camera set up so I can just talk to people about what's going on as far as what they see with the A-Train situation. I might have to do that.
That would actually be hysterical.
Fucking great. But beyond all that shit, you gotta share that shit, baby. Share it. Share it.
Share this shit. Greatly appreciate you guys as always. And after what feels like months, after the pod begins right now. All right.
I haven't seen you over here in quite some time, but
I was good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Oh, we're talking a little before the pod. The Ashton Hall morning routine, which has taken the internet by storm. And I feel like you were going to say something about it, but then we were like, you know what? Let's save it for after the pod. So go ahead.
Yeah, I just learned about it yesterday. So one of the podcasts that I listen to, because I actually think it's gotten a lot better recently, is the Joe Budden podcast. You ever listen to the Joe Budden podcast?
Yeah, I see some clips.
Okay. So the JBP, they added Martin Lamont Hill on them bit, and it is just, oh God, they hit their stride. Queen's Flip, it's fucking great. But they talked about it, and I was like, the fuck are they talking about? Like, what? And then I saw a clip on another thing, and then I finally realized on Twitter for the last however long, I kept seeing this video of a black shirtless guy, and I kept skipping over it. It's like, I was like, what did my algorithm do? I keep seeing this shirtless black man. I've seen, now that I'm looking back, I've seen that fucking video, at least the beginning of that video, 1,000 times.
It's everywhere.
I just never watched it. I just kept scrolling. Why the fuck do I keep seeing this shirtless dude? And I never thought about it. That was the thing that was going on for me. And I was wondering, am I homophobic for that? Maybe.
Maybe. Apparently, I don't know if it was like he's the Ashton Hall. It makes sense given his physique. I mean, dude's jacked. Dude's absolutely jacked.
Am I supposed to know who Ashton Hall is before this video?
Well, the Ravens apparently cut him.
All right, see, here's another thing. I'm in a group text thread, and somebody posted something about somebody being a Raven, and there was a back and forth about. I know what they were talking about. So
I think that's the guy. Like,
the guy.
If there's another Ashton Hall, that
why
looks
the
like
fuck was I've not been plugged in? And this whole Ashton Hall thing, like I'm doing.
It's an intriguing thing, but like you see all these various accounts, and honestly, like cultures, like you see, like the NBA, WNBA, like MLS, everyone has jumped on this routine. And then, like, people in India are also doing it, which is hysterical. Some of them have absolutely crushed it. But it's great. All the parodies around it have been fantastic.
But I ask a question. So, like, remember, I'm late to this. So I've not been engaging in the fun. I didn't even know the fun was happening. I still haven't really seen.
I think you would crush it if you made a satirical one.
I've yet to see one of the satirical ones. I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, okay.
I legit haven't seen a fucking soul. I haven't seen a single one. Got some stuff. Sure. My Twitter algorithm is not racist and Trump and Elon and I don't know.
Well, you like to infiltrate. You like to get in.
Worth maybe what I believe. No, it's not. So no, I'm playing.
I think you're going to take that route.
No, I think that they probably see what I'm into, and Elon's punishing me right now. Maybe.
Okay.
Possibly, and maybe I hate myself enough that I just stay on this shit. So I don't know. But all right. When I went to the OG post, and I don't know if he edited this after the fact, but when I read it, I thought initially everybody's being really mean to this guy. So like it says on the post in the caption, if I'm not mistaken, he's like, whatever his profession is, like what a professional coach, trainer, or whatever does while on vacation. It says vacation in the fucking title of the thing. So it's not his morning. I get people giving him shit if this is like his day, like he gets up at 3 a.m. Right. So like, and trust me, I know that I don't want to take the fun away from everybody. I haven't been engaged in the fun, so I didn't even know it was existing. But like everybody was like, so like hearing Joe Budden talk about it was like, this motherfucker wakes up at 3 a.m. to do nothing. Because I watched the whole video. It was like, yeah, you didn't really do much. But when it says on vacation, it changed. I was like, yeah, he's on vacation. What do you expect him to fucking do? And then maybe I also feel self-conscious as a person that don't go into an office and I choose my own hours. And occasionally there might be a day that looks like that, sans the workouts.
Yeah.
And much more fatty foods. Because that shit looked like, yeah, I'm eating better than you, sir. Like that was it. I was just like, damn, they really just kicking this motherfucker.
You gotta see this, man, and you gotta get in on the parodies. Like it's been.
Is it too late?
Oh no. This is it's got another few days of juice. Trust me.
All right.
Because then he had a video replying to everybody, where he was like, "Everyone's copying me." I kid you not. Everyone's copying me. I was like, no, it is a total parody. They're like,
Jesus, he thought,
yes. And then he was like, and I thought about it some more. And, our Lord Jesus Christ. And I was like, no way. I like leaned forward. I was like, no way is he about to do this. He's like, he wasn't loved by everybody. And like his path, right? He had his followers, and those were the people that were important to him. I was like, no way. You're not actually doing this right now. Like you got to see it. You got to see it. Like this is the most electric the internet's been in some time.
So I'm on his Twitter page right now.
Okay.
And the first page is 9 million on IG. A reminder to ignore the noise, keep going. And it's this Coxwell dude running. I know what it is. I thought I'm a snorer. I think I use the
yeah, I've been told.
You don't remember that night? So the I'll never forget it. So
okay, keep going, man.
I saw the beginning of the video again. He was shirtless and he had the breathe right strip.
Yes.
And the mouth tape. I thought it was a mouth tape ad for the last however long this was. I just thought it was a mouth tape ad.
Well, the water sales have been going through the roof. The Saratoga water or whatever it is.
Now I feel like a douchebag for having this expensive ass bottle of water.
Everybody's got it. No, everybody's got it now.
Jesus Christ. So this is just I see Mr. Beast, Morning Gang. Don't forget to dunk your face in ice water today.
Yep.
I also put my face in ice water though.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you, then maybe you should make
I'm
non-satirical one, and you could be and you could just be a follower.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, I figured.
Actually, I'm also thinking that the fact that I was oblivious to this might be a good thing.
It's amazing. I don't know how you missed it.
I get paid solely from social media. Like, basically, it's my job right now. It's just social media. And usually I keep track of certain trends and everything. But, like, this week has just been diving into the content myself that I have to make. But it's like, I'm kind of proud of me.
No, I'm proud of you, too. I'm just equally stunned.
Or I'm, like, very disappointed with the rest of you. It might be equal.
No, let's just go with proud of you.
I think I'm also very
positive.
I think things are going viral at a level right now because I think nobody wants to plug into what's happening news-wise. So y'all just like trying to do anything.
No,
possible.
That's impossible not to plug into right now.
Yeah, I mean that's what I thought. Like, I thought everybody was talking about the fucking the
That's why we
Atlantic
use WhatsApp.
Reporter. All right. Don't give you any clearances. I thought that's where we all were. We were clowning the administration about the fucking the signal bullshit. But like
oh yeah, that goes without saying.
Yeah, I don't know, because usually I have friends that call me to ask me what's happening. Like they're not plugged in. Or I get a lot of people that call me and like, did you see this? I'm like, that is 4 weeks old. I'm on Black Twitter, so I'm like, what the fuck? But I guess I ain't been on Black Twitter this week.
Yeah. Clearly,
I've been preoccupied with other things.
You got you. I'm gonna send you some stuff for sure. Are you?
All right, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why
All
not?
right, I will tell you this: the quickest way for me to ignore anything you send me is if you send me memes and shit. Like,
that's true. I'm pretty good about not sending you stuff.
I'm just saying. I know right now. I'm gonna reveal something. I know right now in my Instagram DMs, I have so many messages from people I actually want to get messages from. But the amount of messages I get from people that I liked at one point, maybe still like, but the only time they send me anything is when they think something funny. Mm-hmm. I've written you off. Like I've never told you to your face. I'm not communicating with you because I've written you off. Like that's just I look, if I go every few months, I'll do my purge. I'll start looking through all the hate stuff that I have in my DMs and start looking through all that, and I'm like purging shit. But for the most part, yeah, y'all just sitting there. You start sending me memes, you're gonna sit there. Like I'll be
okay, but I have not been canceled in your eyes yet.
Nah, but you could do it quickly.
Okay, I'm not going to.
And we need to keep the communication going for the pod.
No, this is true.
Right. So this like, you don't need me putting you in that category. Like, shout out to I don't know if he's still listening this far on the episode. Shout out to Zab, Chris, dog. I'm sorry. Like every 6 months, I look at the shit that you send me. And I just go through and like have a half a day. It's just like, all right, I guess I'll scroll through and I'll reply. But the moment you get in that mode, I'm just like, dog.
No, that's fair.
I have the internet too. Like what the fuck? Like
but I was very careful with which first things first clip I sent you.
That's not meme shit. That's not meme shit. You're fine.
Fair, but I'm even careful about that. Is what I'm saying. I'm like,
okay,
I need to know that he's going to enjoy this.
I thoroughly appreciate it. Here's what you can know if you got my phone number or my contact info. You will not be getting that shit from me. Like that's all I know.
No, that's true.
If I find something funny, I'm laughing at that shit. I might share it on my page. Most likely not, but I could.
You know what? It's honestly good because then when I see your name pop up with a message, I'm like, oh, this is important. Like it immediately is just like, oh, okay, cool. Like I'm hearing from him, therefore it's important. So it's not like a, there's some group chats where it's just like, okay, memes all day. And I just have to mute them.
Proper capitalization, proper grammar, proper punctuation.
I do get that.
And none of that bullshit. I ain't on that other bullshit. I communicate like I am a intelligent, capable human being. Even though I'm neither of those things. I don't think I'm human, really. We'll see.
Oh, I don't know about human. That's a good point. But you're the other two things. Are you watching the Sweet 16 at all? Are you gambling on it? That's the bigger question.
DraftKings had a bracket.
Okay.
That you were supposed to fill out every day as things went on.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I missed like 2 days. So I'm out on that.
Yeah.
I have placed my first bet truly today. And it's a parlay. It's like 3 basketball things. And they gave me a bonus bet because I was talking to Brennan the other day.
Yeah.
I had him guess how many bets does he think I've placed in the last month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, all right, so we'll start at 4 a day, 5, 7, 8.
He just starts.
I've placed a grand total of 3 bets in the last month and a half.
Wow. Well, you have been very busy.
Four bets in the last month. being busy has nothing to do with whether or not I'm gonna bet on shit. I'll
That's
tell you
a
that
good
right
point.
now. That sickness is strong. But I'm proud of myself for staying away from it at this particular point. I think it's also because I've done some things professionally and I had like a windfall, I guess, to a certain degree.
Mhm.
And I'm afraid that if I start,
Oh,
I ain't gonna stop. So I've been
Yeah.
like, I'm just gonna wait for football. No, I know I'm not waiting for football. I'm waiting for the playoffs. I'm waiting for
yeah.
NBA.
NBA playoffs is.
Oh, I'm
just a
all
great
back.
time.
I'm back.
It's a great time. It's a great time.
Especially if
We'll
I
give out
like
some
hit
winners.
if I hit a bag week one, or sorry, round one,
Mhm.
I'm all in. And the thing is, then it sucks is that every once in a while you got a season like last season where I'm just lighting money on fire. But
It's part
if
of the
they
game.
get me with round one, I'm all the way in. You can know your boy's betting every day on some fucking action. Period.
That's fair. That's
But
fair.
I haven't done any like
You're not
usually
gambling really.
tennis.
And the Ashton Hall video you just missed. You're like a totally different person right now.
Ashton Hall video I've missed. I'm on a meal plan. I'm eating like I would say it hasn't all been healthy, but it's been mostly healthy foods. Like I'm
That's
eating
good.
salads.
Okay.
I eat yogurt now.
Plain yogurt, vanilla yogurt. What are you doing?
Greek yogurt.
Okay.
Greek plain
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
yogurt.
there are flavors of it, but yeah, that's good.
Nah, it's just plain.
Okay.
I ate overnight. I had overnight oats for the first time.
I haven't had overnight oats before.
I didn't know what that was.
I still don't know what it is. What is it?
It's like oatmeal or oats,
Yeah, good start. Overnight oats or oats.
but oats and oatmeal are that same thing.
Oatmeal and oats? No.
What's the difference?
Well, oats are like, I want to say they're like, honey bunches of oats, right?
You don't even know. You don't know.
No, they're the oats in honey bunches of
Yes.
oats.
okay, fucker. So
that's what they are. I don't know what to tell you. But go to your grocery store, buy honey bunches of oats, pull out the oats. That's what they are.
So I don't know if it's true. So oatmeal is if you take oats, you put milk in it and you warm it up and you eat it. That's oatmeal or whatever liquid you want to use to do that. And that's overnight oats is you soak oats in a liquid and you just leave it
I'll do
overnight.
that with almonds. But I don't do it with oats.
And it soaks up and you eat the cold oats in the morning. I've done that. I didn't love it, but I'm trying to get better at it. But apparently, if you put cinnamon on stuff, it'll be good.
Yes,
I'm trying to do better about everything. Fridays and Saturdays are kind of my cheat days.
That's good.
Fridays being like my junk food day. Saturday means I'm going out for like a rich meal, like somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, man. I feel good.
You look good.
Thank you.
You're doing well.
Even
Listen,
McLaren's killing it. Let's go.
McLaren is dominant right now.
I'm so scared.
You got Norris and Piastri talking about how it's like nervy that they're in the they're competing with each other basically.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah.
At all. That scares the shit out of me.
Meanwhile, we got Lewis and Leclerc having to talk about DNFs. It's just been a disaster.
All my predictions look pretty strong going into the season, F1 wise. I had that McLaren was going to win.
Okay.
I thought we'd have drivers 1 and 3 at the end of the season.
Yeah.
I thought Max would still get second. I had Mercedes, both drivers finishing above both Ferrari drivers, which would have been kind of a shock.
Okay.
And I thought that one of the Williams cars might finish ahead of one of the Ferraris.
Okay.
Those have been my predictions going into the season. But now Red Bull's on fire.
Dude, hang on now though.
What?
You are legitimately crushing it.
Yeah.
This is like, so first after the pod, after a while, it's really just, you're doing great.
Kind of, I have this, I feel nauseous though. I've been feeling nauseous for 2 days now.
Yeah, you're not used to this level of unprecedented success. I get it. That's what's happening. Your body's like, I don't know. Like, what do we do here? Like,
I mean, yeah. I'm legit like giddily happy.
Why don't we just leave it on that note? Guys, KDot is happy. Meanwhile, I'm about to get reamed at work tomorrow. Oh my God. Or I guess by the time you've seen this, you would have.
Your asshole gaped by the
Gone.
time people saw this.
Finished.
I will say this, and you know how I feel about Donald Trump.
Yeah. Yes. Do you want me to? No, it's fine. Go ahead.
No, what were we gonna have?
Oh, you love him, but go ahead.
So I hate his guts.
You're
I
right.
hate JD Vance. I hate the whole administration. I don't really
Yes.
give a fuck if you like him or not. That's what I feel. Well, maybe I do care, but for this podcast, if you care, just keep your mouth shut. the 2 times in my life where I've done absolutely the best financially, professionally, everything have been right around the 2 times he got elected, and I don't know how to feel about that.
You don't know how to feel.
Like, when he got elected in 2016, I got a huge rage.
You got a huge rage. Rage what? KDot. Go
huge raise. I got married.
Mm-hmm.
Life was great. That slowly unraveled, but it's right now he gets elected. Things just come out of the woodwork, and it's like, holy shit. And I still got to contend with the fact that every time I pull up the news, I'm really angry. But I look over here, I'm like, I'm going on vacation. Like, I feel fucked up about it. I don't know how to feel.
I see.
It's like, it's still, I am so angry, but also so happy.
Maybe what Donald Trump does for you is you have a healthy place to express your rage. And so then there's an emotional cleanliness that comes with that. And it leads to clarity of thought everywhere else. And you just end up crushing it. What are your thoughts on that?
I should ultimately thank Donald Trump.
No, I didn't say that, but maybe.
He's my mental punching bag.
Yeah, everyone needs one. Your MPB.
Huh. I don't usually, I don't blame people for a lot of things.
No.
I usually take responsibility. I beat myself up more than anything because that's what he is.
Right, but then you stop beating yourself up, your body heals, your mind heals, and then I don't know.
Fuck. Yeah, I'll tell you, if it wasn't for COVID, no, fuck it. My life was falling apart before COVID.
It was. No, sorry. I did not.
I mean, not a lot. The first time we did this podcast was after I'd driven for Lyft and Uber like 15 hours in a row. It's just like,
that's true. Yeah, you came to the basement apartment. It was like, all right, let's try this.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm gonna go back to work.
Pally for Life was like, you guys should give it a go, and we did. And then it led to that night, which I've forgotten, but you will never forget.
Never.
All right, let's take off. Good seeing you guys, and we will see you again next Friday.
So kind.
2 p.m.
You were so loving, and you held me close, and I could cup my hands around your very.
In DC, we're just hoping that you listen.